The papyrus, putting on my table every month. I don't wanna be sad. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you say how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so alive. The papyrus.
Welcome to Papyrus TV Africa. The headlines. Northeast APC support groups back Yakubu Dogara as Tinubu'S 27 running mate. Wike rejects political farmers, offers land to real farmers in Kwali. Oduwa People's Assembly wants Nigeria against ADA coalition. INEC meets with PDP leaders over leadership crisis ahead of NEC meeting. Fulani group Fodeco calls for inclusive decision-making, condemns negative media portrayal. Diri says riverine nature no longer a barrier to development as southern Ijaw infrastructure advances. Federal government partners push for 5% private sector job quota for persons with disabilities. A coalition of All Progressives Congress APC support groups from Nigeria's northeast sub-region has endorsed former Speaker of the House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara as President Bola Tinubu's running mate in the 2027 general elections. The coalition made the announcement during a gathering in Gombe on Monday, declaring Dogara as the most qualified candidate from the northeast to assume the position of vice president. The group emphasized that its endorsement of Dogara stems from his wide acceptability across ethnic and religious divides, as well as his extensive political experience. While Tinubu has already been granted an automatic second-term ticket by the party's leadership organs, Dogara has not publicly declared an intention to run for any office in 2027. At the end of the meeting, the coalition resolved to send a delegation to Abuja to meet with President Tinubu and formally present their resolution. The movement will operate under the hashtags #APC, #Dogara2027, #Tinubu Dogara, #ArewaZaBen2027. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory Nyesom Wike has warned that land within the FCT will only be allocated to real farmers committed to agricultural production, not to speculators disguising as farmers. Wike made the declaration while commissioning the newly constructed 15-kilometer A2 Tupai Road in Kwali Area Council as part of a 17-day project inauguration program commemorating President Tinubu's second year in office. Wike emphasized that genuine farmers willing to cultivate land would receive full backing from the administration, including compensation for affected communities. He decried the trend of land hoarding by so-called political farmers who wait for development to resell land for profit. He thanked President Tinubu for the support given to FCTA, stating that success in governance comes from not just appointment, but consistent support from the principal authority. When people are happy, you too will be happy. When people are angry, you will not be happy, he added. The Oduwa People's Assembly (OPA) has issued a damning statement against the newly formed All Democratic Alliance (ADA), a political coalition reportedly spearheaded by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. In a strongly worded message released by its leader Richard Olatunji Kayode, the group accused the ADA of being power-grabbing alliance of discredited politicians. Citing alleged records of corruption and poor governance, OPA named Nasir El-Rufai and Rotimi Amechi as symbolic of the political failures of the past. El-Rufai's tenure in Kaduna and Amechi's record as Minister of Transportation and Governor of Rivers State were criticized for their divisiveness and self-interest. Kayode warned Nigerians not to be deceived by the rebranding of these figures under a new political outfit, calling the coalition a continuation of the same old political games. The OPA urged voters to resist the other superficial allure and instead support leaders who exemplify accountability, integrity, and true national development. The internal crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has reached the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) as an acting national chairman. Omar Damagum led a high-powered delegation to a closed-door meeting with INEC chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu on Monday, June 23rd. Joined by PDP governors Bala Mohammed Bauchi, Shey Makinde of Oyo, Caleb Muftwang of Plateau, and Dauda Lawal of Zamfara. as well as leaders like former Senate President Bukola Saraki and Senator Ben Obi. The PDP sought clarification on INEC's stance that the letter notifying it on the party's June 30th National Executive Committee meeting was improperly signed. INEC had rejected the letter signed solely by Damagum, noted it must be co-signed with the party's national secretary. This is complicated by the fact that Samuel Anyanwu and Ude Okoye are both claiming the position, with Anyanwu reportedly enjoying the backing of FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, while Okoye is supported by several PDP governors. After the meeting, Damagum described the talks as very, very fruitful and promised further internal consultation within the PDP before the next meeting. The Fulbe Development and Cultural Organization FUDECO has called on government authorities across Nigeria to always consult Fulani leaders and stakeholders before making decisions that affect the pastoralist community. This demand emerged during a one-day workshop in Ilorin, Kwara State focused on farmer-herder conflict and nomadic education. Guest speaker Dr. Emmanuel Wakon praised the Fulani as a peaceful and industrious group, but blamed the media for contributing to their stigmatization. He commended Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak for reducing herder-farmer clashes in the state and supporting nomadic education initiatives. FUDECO chairman in Kwara Honorable Saliu Omar Sanda said the Fulani community must begin to tell its own story to correct widespread misinformation. He noted that nomadic schools have helped integrate Fulani children into formal education systems. Governor Abdurazak, represented by Alhaji Saadu Salahu, emphasized peaceful coexistence as a prerequisite for development. The Emir of Ilorin's representative also echoed the call for harmony among ethnic groups in the state. Bayelsa State Governor Doye Diri has declared that ongoing road and bridge projects in southern Ijaw have disproved the notion that the state's riverine terrain is too difficult for meaningful infrastructure development. During his thank you tour to Oporoma, he assured residents that all current ongoing projects, including the 600-meter Angiama-Oporoma Bridge across the River Non, will be completed by the year's end. They will recounted the progress of the Yenagua-Oporoma-Ukubie Road, the spur to Otwan, and the Angiama-Enewari Road, which critics had claimed were politically motivated. By December this year, we will drive to Oporoma, the governor vowed, adding that his administration had moved swiftly to transform southern Ijaw's access routes. Senator Kombowai Benson, representing Bayelsa Central, lauded the governor for fulfilling long-awaited dreams, while State Assembly members Honorable Moses Malone shared an emotional account of an elderly woman witnessing a vehicle entering Agiama for the first time. Governor Diri also pledged to continue the Akaba-Okodi Road and the establishment of a Science and Technology College at Opukeme in Ogwea local government area. He praised the legacies of late former Governor Melford Okilo and President Goodluck Jonathan, asserting that his administration stands for people-oriented governance and not violent politicking. The federal government, Jobberman Nigeria, and the MasterCard Foundation are calling on private companies to reserve at least 5% of jobs for persons with disabilities to promote inclusion and national development. The call was made at a roundtable on technology and employment inclusion in marginalized contexts in Abuja, organized under the Young Nigeria Works program. Mohammed Abba Issa, the President's Special Assistant on Special Needs and Equal Opportunities, urged an amendment to the National Disability Act to extend the existing 5% quota in public institutions to private companies. He decried the exclusion of persons with disabilities and internally displaced persons from digital employment and called for systems that guarantee equitable access. Jobberman CEO Hilda Kabushenga commended initiatives like tax breaks for inclusive employers, while MasterCard Foundation Nigeria's country director Rosie Finn said inclusion must be a central agenda, not a side issue. A new report presented at the event showed that 90% of employers don't hire from marginalized groups and 72% have no inclusion strategy. It cited barriers such as discrimination, low digital skills, and poor infrastructure, but noted that many PWDs and displaced women have created work for themselves in creative and agricultural sectors.
The papyrus,